guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is the last video of 2019 as well as the decade I'm going to post on my channel. You can see I just did a couple of designs dedicated to things throughout the decade. So yeah, let's get started with the tutorial. As always, I started off with a white base on a bunch of false nails glued onto toothpicks, and starting on my thumbnail design, this is going to be the start of the decade via 2010. In 2010, I had my iPod Touch and I was really obsessed with the game Angry Birds, so that was what I'm painting on for the first part of this design. I am just going in with different shades of acrylic paint and painting on the bird. So instead of just leaving the bird by itself, I decided to go in with blue acrylic paint and just paint on the way it looked on the app. And I am just using a little bit of white acrylic paint to clean up the line work. Now for the remaining white portion of the nail, I'm just going in with different shades of acrylic paint and just painting on the outlines of some animals. Because I was also obsessed with animal-shaped bracelets back in the day. But not only just 2010s, I also had an obsession in 2011. I love the I Heart Booby bracelets. I wore them all the time despite the fact the teachers always cut them off my wrist. But yeah, I'm just going in with some black, pink, blue, and green acrylic paint, and I'm just drawing a bundle of the I Love Booby bracelets. Afterwards, I just went in with a safety pin in white and black acrylic paint, and I just kind of added just random parts of the bracelet. It's really hard to get that fine detail. Now that that bottom portion of my nail design is done, I am just going to go in with the remaining of the nail and just paint on a bunch of other things I liked whenever I was going through my emo phase, such as MySpace. Emojis didn't exist back in the day, so I'm just going to add some little text. The blue rectangle dried, I just decided to paint on the three little people, and so in that case I'm just going to go in and cover up the other blue section. This part didn't film, but after I covered up the blue section, I just painted out RAR. Moving on from 2011 to 2012, aka the year I really got into anime. And I watched anime for comfort because I thought the world was going to end. So for the next portion of this nail design, I am just going to paint on a little earth. And then I'm just going to draw some flames coming up to symbolize the destruction or whatever. But not only the world ending, there was another thing that happened 7 years ago that people were really obsessed with, and that was called the Kony 2012 Invisible Children. I can't really remember. Like I said, that was 7 years ago, but I do remember the logo was red, so I'm just going to go in with red acrylic paint and paint on a rectangle, and while that dries, I'm just going to go ahead and paint on Gangnam Style's outfit. That was another thing really popular back in the day. I'm so sorry I didn't film, but after the red dried, I just painted on Kony with black acrylic paint. Speaking of black acrylic paint, I also painted on a little mustache. Now moving on to 2013, aka the year I became a freshman in high school. I always played this game in class, which resulted in my phone being taken up, that game being Flappy Bird. I had to make the little Flappy Bird to be a little pixelated looking. He looks a little funky, oh well. But another game that I was really obsessed with that the counselors always got onto me for playing was Grand Theft Auto 5. Granted, I do know that the logo doesn't look exactly how Rockstar made the logo look. Sorry, my hands got too shaky, but here's the finished nail design. 2014, one of the best years of my life, and also one of the years I really got into social media. Speaking of social media, I'm going to go in with green acrylic paint and paint on Vine since that was really popular back in 2014. Another social media app that I don't use anymore, but I did a lot back in the day, was Snapchat. I also was a little bookworm, so I'm just painting on The Fault in Our Stars. Now I could have painted okay, but like I said, my hands got too shaky. It still looks cute like this, but here's the completed nail design. 2015, another great year in my life. I kind of toned it down on the whole emo thing, but I also had this really bizarre obsession with all things Galaxy. So yeah, I'm going to go in, paint on a black card, and just fill it in with a Galaxy print. That, I was also really obsessed with doing DIYs, such as a DIY EOS or a DIY baby lips. So right here, I'm just going to paint on two baby lips, being one pink and the other one green. And I'm just going to go ahead and let these baby lips dry, and while they're drying, I'm just going to go right here in the corner and paint on the pride flag. I finished the baby lips off camera, and here's the finished nail design. 2016 being a very rough year for me, but I did graduate high school this year. I didn't really feel like painting on a graduation hat, however I was obsessed with this other game, being Pokemon Go, so I'm just going to paint on a little Pokeball. 2016 was also the year I not only loved Ariana's music, but her as a person. I guess you could say that's when I joined the fandom. So just going in with black acrylic paint, I'm going to paint on the Dangerous Woman bunny ear. So whenever the black acrylic paint dries, I'm just going to go in with white and add eye holes later, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next nail design, being the unicorn frappuccino. The unicorn frappuccino was absolutely disgusting. I can't believe I waited an hour and a half to get that drink. Anyways, I went ahead and added a couple little hearts as well as a couple little dots just in the open white areas, and here's the completed nail design. So moving on to the year of 2017. In 2017, I was focused a lot with my cosmetology homework, being I was in college at the time. However, a lot of people were obsessed with the fidget spinner, so that's what I'm going to paint right here in the corner of the nail. The thing I'm going to paint on is the portal. Since Rick and Morty is one of my favorite shows, and 2017 was the year I really started to watch it. Yeah, I didn't really know what else to paint in 2017. However, my little niece was obsessed with slime, so I just painted on some messy slimes in the corner. But yeah, here's the completed nail design. 2018. Hard to believe that was just over a year ago at the time of recording of this video. 2018, aka the year people were eating Tide Pods. So that's all I'm gonna paint right here. So 2018 is also the year that we unfortunately lost Stan Lee. So I'm just gonna paint on Spider-Man's logo since Stan Lee did create him. But I'm going to go ahead and let that red acrylic paint dry. In the meantime, I'm just going to paint on some more slime as well as JoJo Siwa's bow. I'm doing my best to paint on Spider-Man, and yeah, so that completes it for 2018. And the final nail design being the year 2019. This year, everybody was talking about storming Area 51, or Minecraft. Another thing people did this year was, do a lot of subreddit posts, so I'm just gonna do my best to paint on the logo. It sucks. Oh well, here's the finished nail design. Oh my goodness, but my hands were so shaky whenever I was filming, so I'm sorry if this isn't the best nail art I've done on my channel. No, your eyes do not deceive you. I made a little oopsie, as PewDiePie puts it. The 2014 was supposed to be the pinky nail, but oh well. Yeah, that's what I get for trying to squeeze out one final video before the end of the decade. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's nail art, and also I really hope you guys have a great New Year's Eve. Hope y'all have an amazing, wonderful year 2020. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next year. Bye-bye!